and welcome to another Kamen Rider DX review. This is the DX Bugle Driver. For those of you who already have this piece here, the purple piece, don't worry, they are selling the Dangerous Zombie Gashat and the belt on its own. I think that's the thing. They'll never lose a chance of making money for people who already bought the purple bit, because at the top here it says, look, you got the purple thing plus the Gashat and belt combo. So yeah, pretty big box, pretty flat box for things considered. Let me look how thick that is. Not very thick at all. And for some odd reason, this box also feels bloated. If you look on the side, it's like, yeah, it doesn't really want to stay flat. Oh well. Anyway, open the side up, and there's probably a earliest, clearest picture of most of Kamen Rider Dangerous Zombie mode. And on this side they put some of the box art for the regular item, just this piece here that you can look at. So yeah, and yeah, thanks Bandai for your sturdy boxes. Actually, one thing to know about this box is that it feels a lot more cardboardy than your regular Kamen Rider DX stuff. It's you can see it's actually made of thicker cardboard, whereas your regular DX stuff has that grayish recycled paper feel to it. So back in here shows you different things and you can do with this and such. And because of the different shape and sizes, you can see there's extra just a piece of cardboard there, and this tray here actually has another piece of cardboard that holds it up. That's a lot of card going around, so you got two trays inside. And so one of these trays is literally just a tray from the original toy, which, fair enough, save money on packaging, that's totally fine. And because they've literally just repackaged the purple, hand buckle thing in the box and extra things, so you actually have an instruction sheet for the purple side, and you have another instruction sheet for the other toy. So here's the first instruction sheet, which is just a regular sheet that comes with the item previously. And look at the icon. It says, don't swing the saw blade at people and hit them with it. Even though that's exactly how you should be using this, because it's a saw. You should be slashing at people to pretend you're fighting them. And here's a quick look at the back of the instruction sheet. And of course, like I said, you have the second instruction sheet that comes with the rest of it, the belt buckle. So the strap, and of course the Dangerous Zombie Gashat. So far at the moment, this is the only way to get the Dangerous Zombie Gashat, either via this double pack, or the pack with the belt buckle itself. I'm not sure there's going to be a sound Gashat that comes in a candy toy or Gashakon form. Probably will be eventually down the line, but those sound Gashats aren't coming out just yet. I think they're coming out in January, to be honest. So they should be coming out pretty soon, but I don't know if these are coming out, because the first sound Gashats that are coming out are all Legend Rider ones, from Double to Gaim, etc. So here's your first tray. Like I said, it's just from the smaller box. So we'll get this out. Got this main item here, and of course you got this handlebar which can be attached to the item itself, which, because I guess people who originally had that are probably already curious and think, hey, there are buttons on each side, what happens when I push both of them? Would it activate something new? Who knows? And of course we have the second tray right here. We got a standard DS Gashat here in a little baggie, plus a little plastic tab to stop the batteries from running. We have the buckle here, right here, which is literally a solid piece of plastic, a very small solid piece of plastic. If you have those rider belts that contain three riders in one belt, that included show riders mixed with more recent riders. Do you remember them? They were released when during Decade's run, so you had a combination of like Amazon and Attack and all that. Roughly the same size as that, literally a hunk of plastic. It doesn't even have any belt buckling going on. You see it has two hole slots there for the strap. Doesn't even have attachments on each side, because this is technically not a rider belt. It's more of a monster belt, so it still has quite a lot of texture going on, but nothing really special. I guess the whole idea is you drop it won't break. Now here's the downside. You see the strap, it does look longer than your regular straps, but it's a lot smaller than your regular DX stuff. So if you're one of those adult fans who has something like this, like the standard DX extension belt, well, you can forget about that, because it's not going to fit. And this might look longer now, but think about it. This doesn't attach to the edge of the buckle. This attaches to the inside. So you gotta strap it down first. So there you go. That's the maximum length of this belt. Look, my hand's almost the size of it. So yeah, I'm sorry, adult fans. It's gonna be impossible for you to use this strap at all unless. Actually, no, there's no unless. If you can fit that and you're fully grown, past 18 person, you have serious health issues. The waist is far too small and tiny. In fact, this strap here reminds me of a certain crappy Asian game driver belt. But the plastic still feels better than that. Yes, they cheaped out on the plastic on the belt too. Well, I guess there's no reason why you couldn't just use a standard sort of silver colored adult belt just to fit that in. So that's something you could do. And I'm just going to remove this now because I'm never going to use it with these. So yeah, I'm just going to get it back out and just keep this there. So let's go for the regular playthrough of this, of the first toy. Well, first, yeah, this thing looks pretty good. Obviously it is smaller than the actual prop, especially the saw blade section that looks ridiculously tiny, especially thinking how this is supposed to go. But the shooting part does look pretty decent. The buttons feel really good. They feel like video game controller buttons. They have a very nice spongy spring feel to them. Both buttons, they feel very, very good. The paint job is also pretty nice with this metallic purple, really matching up with the black. Feels very good. You got bits of silver and metallic red as well. And the screen is has a bit of a darker filter to it, so the Gashats will not look as bright as they do as in the game driver. And the overall paint job has been pretty good on this as well. The back here, not too much paint on this. You can almost think this of Drive versus Mark, for example. This is like the secondary rider's henshin device. So, but this has the bonus plus of being a weapon item as well. So originally it was a weapon item, but now it's also a DX henshin belt. So in a way, it actually has a few more functions compared to previous secondary rider belts. So that's pretty cool that they keep adding new stuff and compatible stuff with the secondary rider's henshin device. That's pretty good. You got this handlebar here, which has pretty much plugs in, and it does plug in pretty secure to the back of this device. And depending on which side you plug it into, it will do different sounds. And when you plug this in, which activates both switches on each side of the item, you've got, of course, the belt function. So nothing actually lights up on this until you plug it into this. There isn't even any gun lights on here, even though they really do have space for it, but they didn't bother. So I guess let's, without further ado, let's turn this on. The button's right here. Let's do that again. So now you can start pushing buttons, I guess. Very creepy NES style sounds. I like that a lot, and that just happens when nothing's plugged in yet. Now this actually has a henshin button, which doesn't work until both tabs are pushed down, so people are probably wondering, hey, what does that do, for a while. And there's actually a button here that when you put a Gashat in, it actually locks in there, and this button is a release button, but it's pretty tight. Even though I push it all the way down, I feel like the Gashats are kind of stuck in there, so that's in a good way. It means you're not going to be flying Gashats out of your hand when you're trying to punch people with this, but at the same time, I feel like I might be damaging Gashats if I don't push down hard enough, and yet it still doesn't make a difference how hard I push. It's still a little bit stuck in there. So, yeah, you got this piece here, which I'm happy to say, I'm 26, almost 27, and this, well, it fits me. I can put it in my finger area here, but if I can still sort of push it all the way down and have it really fit me to do the proper, like on the back of my hand right there. Is it focusing? Let's focus there. See, look, it's on the back of my hand. So this fits an adult hand just fine. So let's plug this in on the, I guess the saw side first. Get in. So I got push button. So you got the saw sound. Let's zoom back out again and push the A button. Yep. So still doing a sort of more final attack blade sound going on. You push these buttons, still nothing happens. So in order to release this, I got these two buttons here, one for each side. So push this down and pull that out. The speaker's here, by the way. So let's put this in the other side. So again, it's just reverse. You got the shooting sound here and a more final attack shooting sound going on, which is useful and pretty cool. ABBA. I remember there's actually a different sound if I plug this in here again. No, maybe I'm mistaken. Probably hearing things. So there you go. And at this point, if you can stick a Gashat in there, but it doesn't really do too much, doesn't work that way. So if I say I'll stick this guy in because it fits. Hey, actually, I just stick it upside down for it's actually display in the window there. See, it's a bit darker than your regular thing. And now let's do a henshin noise because if you push any of these buttons, they don't affect the Gashat at all. So, and like I said, the Gashat doesn't come out. If you push this button in here, see, nothing happens for a while. That activates the henshin noise, and which actually means that we now discovered that by pushing down one of these tabs and pushing this, get a delayed henshin noise. That's all Gashats, all the older Gashats have this, the thin ones anyway. The Mighty Action XX doesn't have that. So let's stick this finally in this belt buckle, which doesn't matter which side is upside down. It does the same thing, because the same size on both sides. But for your accuracy, the little shield bit here is meant to go on top. So plug this in. So, well, let's stick Dangerous Zombie in here. And we can do a henshin. There you go, and if you push this button again, it will just keep doing the henshin thing over and over again. I also noticed that this Gashat has two colors, has red and white. The belt itself makes a red light. And the red light on this Gashat only happens when you stick it in there. So if you stick it in the DX game driver, it doesn't do that. Now here, I found the buttons will do something different now. Critical end. Critical dead. Now it doesn't matter which button you push first, the second button you push will do the second button's noise. So for example, there you go. So let's pull this guy out. Like I said, it's actually pretty hard to pull out. And obviously you're going to have to push down both these buttons to get this out. Come on. Yeah, and that's that for this, and that's actually quite a lot of playability for something that only uses one Gashat, whereas the DX game driver uses two Gashats at the same time. Speaking of Gashats, let's finally look at the new Dangerous Zombie Gashat here. and you see that the image is actually slanted because he's a broken off dead rider. The image that you get here is actually the Mighty Action X figure, but it's like all broken and stuff because he's a zombie. White Gashat and black here actually looks very nice. I got a QR code for collecting purposes on the back. I've already scanned it, so piss off. And on the front here, reminds me of like an Evil Dead poster or Doom poster. He's probably standing on top of some kind of hillside, and he's fighting a bunch of zombies drawn on the back. It's pretty cool. It actually would make a pretty nice poster. Dangerous zombie on the side there. Of course, you got the standard buttons here. Now, of course, this Gashat, since is built mainly for this item here, that's why it does slightly different colors and stuff. So the red color is only activated when you stick it in that, and that hand buckle thing. So anyway, let's go for the sounds. So let's stick it in the game driver. Level 3. So you get that sound, which is the sound that you got in the little buckle thing. Now that does mean that unfortunately this is not really compatible with any previous level 3 Gashats because, well, the image is wrong. So let's take the robot. Nope. You can see, you can hardly see the image in there because the front image is completely broken. Now, sound still match and stuff, and maybe you can consider this a colourful gimmick, but that doesn't quite work, I think. So, item slot. Very standard final attack noise right there because it's probably meant the actual cool sound effect comes from the hand buckle itself. Let's do the item weapon sounds as well. Oops. I think it's not working right. There we go. So that is a bit more zombie-like sound attack if you put this in the weapon. It's weird, I managed to get it turn to yellow for a moment there. And also red and stuff, so it probably glitches out. So the white color is obviously created by multiple different colored LEDs that they've just programmed to not show the other colors. But sort of glitched it and went yellow and stuff for a while. There you go. So is this a good set? Now this is a pretty nice Gashat. I like this Gashat a lot. And for the price you're paying for, you actually get quite a lot of stuff here. Considering the price of regular Gashat, Take away that from the price, you still get this item and a sort of a belt buckle that converts the item into a a belt driver. It's actually a pretty cool idea, and I like that a lot. At first I didn't want this. I was like, oh, it's just a tiny weapon, who cares? I mean, it looks kind of cool, but who cares? And then they put that item in, and it's like, oh crap, it's a DX belt now. Now I kind of want it. And, I was worried that the toy and play gimmicks were going to be limited due to it only using one Gashat instead of two. But it's still actually quite fun. And the zombie sound effects from this machine when it's in the belt mode actually sound pretty creepy and kind of cool. So, hey, kudos to that. They've actually had a surprise item all along. And obviously the size is smaller than the actual prop, but it's not to the point where it looks completely ridiculous. You might just want to ignore the saw side for now, because for the most part, Kamen Rider DX gun items seem to fare a lot better than sword items or slashing items or melee items in general. So this being a half gun item, it's like 50-50, depending which side you look at it. It can either look decent or a bit too small. So yeah, as always, there's going to be a demo video of me sticking all the different Gashats into this thing, and as well as a demo of combining the zombie Gashat with every single other Gashat. Seriously, these demo videos are going to get longer and longer by the end, probably like an hour long or something, but me. You can check those out if you want. And as always, you can also check out my previous Gashat reviews if you haven't done so already. Hopefully with adblock turned off. I appreciate that a lot, because with adblocks turned on, I won't be able to continue with this channel. You can also consider supporting this channel on Patreon if you want. The links are below in the video description. I also do animations on the Digger Through on 8 channel, so that's what you also will be supporting. As always, you don't have to do any of that. Take care, have a nice day, and don't get sick from Bugster virus. That's a pretty lame way to die. Take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye now.